Hey garden friends, it's Mel with Sucky Crafts, and today I'll be talking about how to propagate succulents by leaf. So I have 5 different varieties here. I have Sedum Firestorm, Pachiveria Little Jewel, Echeveria Purple Pearl, Graptosedum Varihiggins, and Sedum Burrito. And as you can see, they're all growing pups, and it's been months of these little guys growing, and you can see all the little pups there, and they're really cute. So this is the Sedum Firestorm, and all I did was pluck a leaf off and I left it in a nice dry shaded area until they created little roots, just like this one right here. So once you see little roots sprouting out of your leaf, that is the best sign, because after the roots normally you get a little pup. And sometimes, I have to say, the leaf won't develop any roots, it'll just develop a pup right away. So, you know, it kind of depends on where it's at maybe. But once you start seeing the roots right there, it's time for you to plant it into some soil. And all I have here is a nursery pot. I filled it up with succulent soil, of course, and I tried to bury the roots right into the soil there. But if you can't really get the roots into the soil, the roots will find the soil naturally. So it's not really a big deal if they're not all in there. But after that, that's when you start to mist them. So if you pluck off a leaf and you leave it in a dry area, you don't have to mist it with the spray bottle at all until it starts to develop the roots, because it's the roots that absorb the water and bring it into the leaf to develop a new pup. So if the leaf has no roots, then you'll probably just rot the leaf if you do mist it without the roots, because it has no way of absorbing the water at all. It'll just kind of sit there in the water. So that's not good. So once you have the little succulent leaf in there with the roots inside as close to the soil, that's when you start to give it a little water. So I like to keep it moist, and I'll water about every 2 to 3 days, depending how quickly it dries off. But that's all there really is to it. So this one came from this plant right here, as I said, and the Pachiveria Little Jewel is this plant right here, just so you can get a better look of what the little plant can become. The Purple Pearl is from this pink one right here. So look at that, it's almost a tiny little adult plant already. So cute. The Varihiggins is a super prolific plant, super prolific. I mean, if any of these leaves, if you have this plant and any of the leaves start to pop off, whether you're transplanting it or it fell over, don't throw those leaves away, because these leaves grow the pups the easiest, in my experience at least. So yeah, it'll become that little pup there. And lastly, the Sedum Burrito. Who doesn't want more Sedum Burrito, right? And check this out. This took about 3 months of growth, and it's already a little puppy there. Succulent babies are called pups. Isn't that cute? But yeah, there you go. Sedum Burrito right there. So it's a game of patience, and it's luck also, because not all leaves develop roots. They don't all develop pups, unfortunately. So the more leaves you pluck out, the better chance you'll have of getting actual babies to come out of them. So like I said, it's a lot of patience, a lot of love, and a lot of care. But once you kind of get the idea on how to do it, on where to keep your succulents while they're still developing roots, once you find that sweet spot, I like to keep them on my potting bench. I've kept them on my windowsill, on a table, but the main thing is to not have the leaf in direct sun, because it'll just dry out, and to not have it sit in water because it'll rot, and under shade, of course. So that's my way of propagating succulents by leaf, and you should definitely try it if you haven't tried this on your own. It's definitely, experimental, but it's a lot of fun. And in the end, if you do get lucky, you'll get more succulents for free. And that's the best part of it all. So I hope that you learned something today in this video, and until next time, bye friends. Well, while I tend to my garden, why don't you subscribe so we can keep in touch?